Hi, I'd like to read a little piece that means a lot to me. Hugs are a subject close to my heart, literally and figuratively. When I draw someone into my arms, it is not done unintentionally or with some Hollywood kiss. My hugs are meant to bring the warmth of a down comforter. I always hope they mean something to the one receiving them. Hugs can be divided into categories. First, there's the "do you still love me" hug. My son Ben as a child would look at me and say, "Mom, I need a hug," usually when there was a broken vase next to him. Fast forward to the age of 16. I get the dreaded phone call saying he's cracked up the car. I arrive at the scene and all 6 feet, 200 pounds of him says, "Mom, I need a hug." Today he's 41 and lives 3,400 miles away, but he still calls when he needs release from the pressures of adult life. He calls it my long-distance hug. Then there's the coming-of-age hug. My daughter Becky and I had endless fights when she was a teenager. There were so many times I would hug her and she would be a cold stick in my arms. She'd clench her teeth and dare me to reach her. But I'd hug her anyway. All too soon came the day when I walked into the hospital room after she'd given birth to her daughter. My only thought was to give Becky a hug first because I knew she would soon learn the power of hurt that little girl could hold over her. She'd also learn the power of love when her daughter would hug her back. Next, the husband hug. I say husband hug because when you've been married a long time, this one doesn't necessarily mean sex. His hug is my shelter from the cares of the world. When I feel his warmth, I know the love he's felt for me for the past 45 years will never go away. The best compliment I ever received came from one of my kids' young friends who was troubled about boys, college, and generally being 20 years old. The world was looking pretty grim to her. I had no words of comfort, so I took her in my arms and I held her. I held her until she let go of me. When we parted, she looked at me and said, "Mrs. Dickmann, you give good hugs." That's the Nobel Prize hug. That one gives as much love to the hugger as the huggee. And lastly, the comfort hug. As I held my best friend for what would be the final time, her frail body felt as if it would break under the slightest pressure. I gently held her and willed my strength into her failing body. I could feel her relax into me. I carry that memory with me always. For a short moment, she breathed easier, and her pain seemed to lessen as I willed it into my body. Emily Dickinson said, "If I can stop one heart from breaking, if I can ease one pain, I shall not live in vain." That's the power of a hug. Thank you.